You know, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey for the last 7 years. You know, I retired from playing football 7 years ago, and obviously I started this project from the day after that. And it's been a long journey, but it's also been a journey that I knew that would be worthwhile in the end. And you know, it's a reward for obviously the perseverance, the stubbornness that we all have as owners. And this is our reward this weekend, so we're excited. I think I've taken parts of each club that I've played for. You know, I've also taken advice from, you know, the boss, Sir Alex Ferguson, because, you know, someone turned around to me and said, you know, what other owners have you asked, you know, advice from, you know, that have been players? And one of the only people that I've spoken to is Sir Alex Ferguson, because he taught me so much as a manager, as a father figure, as one of the most decorated managers in football history. You know, to get his advice about this, about how a club should be run, about how he picks, you know, the right players, about obviously his managerial style. You know, that for me was important to get his advice. So I've taken parts of each club, because each club that I've played for, thankfully, were very special. You know, Manchester United for the years that I did, Real Madrid, you know, LA Galaxy, you know, playing for my country, AC Milan, PSG. They're all special in their own special way. So I've tried to take a bit from each of the clubs and take it into our team.
David, can you?
You know what? It's an important role in a team. You know, to have a captain that has experience, that has leadership. And for me personally, you know, obviously as owners, you know, we're over every detail that goes on within our team. But the main decision is made by our manager. You know, Diego has got great experience within teams, working with players, and the decision was down to him. You know, the decision should always be down to the manager to make the right decision to have the right captain. But to see, you know, the excitement, to see, you know, a decision like that being made, and knowing that decision is exactly what we would have made, that made us proud. So, you know, we have leaders throughout our team. We have young players that also are leaders, but we needed a leader that steps onto that field and our players can look up to and know that, you know, he's our captain. Well, I think that the experience that I have had playing, you know, in one of the biggest and best leagues in the world, you know, I was lucky to have played in the Premier League and won, you know, 6 Premier League titles with Manchester United. So, you know, I tried to bring my experience as a player from there, and obviously give you know, advice to our players that we have here. You know, I think that you know, I was very lucky to have played in the top leagues that I've played in. So you try to bring that experience to our ownership. I have a lot of feelings with that, but I think El Clasico is always one of the biggest and best games in football. I think that obviously the way the teams are set up now, you know, it's going to be an interesting game. I think what, you know, Zizou's done is bring more stability back into the club, and I think it's an exciting moment for Real Madrid players and Real Madrid fans. But you know, no one can not talk about, you know, Barcelona as a team. You know, when they have the players that they have, when they have Leo, you know, it's an incredible, exciting moment for any football fan. I mean, any football fan that watches that game, there's a huge excitement.
David, when are you doing it?
I mean, there's many things that attract everyone to Miami. You know, I think that you know, when I was obviously given the opportunity to own a franchise, you know, I'd obviously played in LA for 6 years, had great success. You know, be able to live, you know, in LA with my family was an amazing experience. But Miami was always going to be the city where I wanted to bring the team. Miami was a great opportunity. You know, I'd watched many different sports in this city, and I knew that Miami needed a team. I knew that there was a real opportunity to create something special. And soon as I decided that, You know, the day after I finished my career in Paris, the day after I flew to Miami and we announced, and that was always going to be the city. So we're proud of obviously what we've done over the last 2 years, and our fans are ready.
What do you expect from it?
We want to create that culture. You know, we want a rivalry, and I think Orlando started that rivalry the moment that they did that funny skit about us and the whole Jurassic Park, and we found that very funny as an organisation because we knew that what we were building would be special. So we want that rivalry. You know, I've been lucky to have played in derbies in La Liga, in the Premier League, obviously in France as well, and also in LA. So those rivalries are so important. They're so important for the game. They're so important for the fans. To create something like that is such an important part for us as a club and as a community.
What did you tell Pizarro in order to convince him to sign for you guys?
I think it's the same as I told all the players that we brought into the club. You know, this is a great opportunity to be part of a team that we've built from the ground up. You know, to have these young, talented players and players that we believe are right for our team was important for us. So I told him no different to what I tell every one of the players that plays for us, that, you know, they're here for a reason. They're here because they're talented, and that's one of the only reasons that we want to build a team like we build, because they're talented players and they're the right fit for us.
Thank you.